map is really nice. Until you get really to that third point, you could get away with a lot.
Okay, let's see if that works.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. There's so much cover, so much versatility in terms of what comps you can play, especially in Rivals where every flyer is usually constantly flying. And then there's some heroes, like you said, with Star-Lord, who is kind of like a semi-flyer, just with those, you know, rocket packs, always in the sky, dealing with torches. And you mentioned Star-Lord. I mean, that's a character that even some teams are banning out now, at least in those last ban phases. We've seen that Venom
What's your
ban
favorite
on the previous
Gatorade
one.
color,
You
if
said
any?
that it maybe could be something
I used to
here.
drink
I
a lot of
wouldn't mind it, honestly. I'm
orange.
kind of with you.
I like the orange Gatorade, but I haven't had Gatorade in years.
I'm not expecting the Mantis to pass through again. Both of these teams were very well aware. We're very well aware of getting that out of here. I am interested to see, though, if one of these teams will let the Atom pass. If we're getting a swap up of these different bans, I do believe Sentinels had banned out the Invisible Woman against Dark Zero 2, which also made things a little tricky, right? Because Rymazing, as great as Rymazing has been, whether it be on other flyers or, you know, the Ultron, the Torch, Rymazing definitely didn't have the same impact that Avery had on the Ultron. So looking at what that strategist lineup is going to look like,
get the new
Okorova's
iPhone?
looking like he's
No,
having way
chat.
too much fun on the Jeff.
I think I have last year's iPhone. I think it's a waste of money to go every year buying the new iPhone.
We get to see how that could be disrupted a little bit if we're going to see that Animal Crossing lineup back up.
Plus, they changed like barely anything.
Strategist.
Yeah, I wonder if they will, because it makes sense that Kurova has been so dominant on it, like you said, and also Jeff on Central Park is crazy and is always something to be worried about. But we're going to enter the series now into that ban phase between Sentinels and Dark Zero. And
I'm still on my iPhone 4. Oh my fucking okay! If you have an iPhone 4, you should definitely upgrade, bro. That's 10. That's more than 10 years of technology, bro.
Convergence map in this case for Central Park is
that's a big upgrade.
Convoy, and if it goes to a map 4, we reset all over again on domination. So for the side of Sentinels and Dark Zero, they're doing exactly as you said, Vicky, removing both Mantises ASAP.
Get that out of here, but the protection over onto the Ultron is smart here if you are looking at Dark Zero, because if they want to try to work out something different, maybe,
welcome back, YouTube.
Maybe try to lean into, you know, all right, that first map didn't work out for us, but then the ban on the Adam Warlock.
Yo, Cosmic, appreciate the 7 months. If you could delete one character from the game, who would you pick? Jeff.
Trying to diff the Ultron after seeing that they had protected it from the other side.
I'm pretty sure if Jeff gets deleted today, right now, no one would blink. No one would bat an eye. Everyone would be like, oh, okay.
Warlock removed, though, on the backside, so it looks like they're trying to stay with a somewhat typical comp, I guess, right? Because that last map was so close, maybe, right? There's so many things, so many reasons why that could be the case.
Gonna let the torch pass through. Oh, the Captain America being a problem is something Dark Zero has acknowledged here from Sentinels. Crimzo was constantly there and trying to be able to block out the Meteor M's from the Magneto. And if you do want to stick to the Jeff composition, having a Magneto on your team for those bubbles always comes in clutch.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what the last series was like? I don't know, Blue Jays, Yankees, game 1. This one's looking a lot more like Dodgers versus Phillies. Sorry, baseball heads, had to do something there. But right now, Sentinels protected his woman, like you said, in the torch.
Watching baseball is boring.
Don't want to play against it, it seems like, this time around.
Playing baseball's fun.
Really have prioritized that ban.
Yeah, if you're going to have the Ultron flying around, the last thing you need is for a reset opportunity with that torch. Torch equally just as good on Central Park. Home base, I guess, if you want to see it, as Invisible Woman is the next one saved here for both teams.
That is interesting. Yeah, keeping the Sky Lord alive in Ultron, and making sure also more Sky or anti-air or
yo, Ashley, appreciate the massive prime sub. Welcome.
And getting rid of a lot of strategists is Dark Zero's game plan, or rather Sentinel's game plan onto Dark Zero. And this is something that we've seen against other top teams, and it kind of works out, right? Banning only strategists.
I like this here. Smash is the one hovering over that Ultron here instead of what we had seen prior from Rymazing, who's now on the Namor. Hey. They're going to be running out the Hulk and Namor composition. So already changing things up, as I like to see it, as we get started with our second game now going into Central Park.
I see the adaptation from
that's my baby boy.
To that ban phase, right? And Dark Zero. Like you said, that change up maybe over to Hulk and Namor. We've seen Rye also be an incredibly strong Namor in the past as well. I mean, they're pretty much one of the, I guess, most like matchups in the history of NA, at least American Marvel Rivals Esports, is Delena versus Rymazing on a lot of the hit scan heroes, and it was eventually transitioned into okay, Delena's a pretty good Hela and also Namor, but Ryze picked it up pretty well recently as well. Has been one of those top players, and that is an interesting choice, is what to put Smash over to that Ultron. So let's see if it pans out for Dark Zero on their attack, whereas Sentinels, they're going to run that Groot that we talked about earlier.
I like that side by side because it's funny because Zelena also picked up the Ultron, right? So we're kind of seeing that theme proceed here with Rymazing now being on that Namor, making a little swap up with Smash instead, taking control over that Ultron to change things up here. But that's also allowing Rymazing, because Torch wasn't banned, so if they have to make swaps, that still is available for them. So the Torch and Ultron are available for Dark Zero, whereas it's not for Sentinels, with Sentinels holding onto this defense already and Nectar being on the Bucky.
Ooh, Hulk and Namor versus Bucky. I like Bucky. I like my Bucky, chat. These are both of my most played.
That Namor and also the Terror Cape in this case comes in, but the Groot Wall slow it down for now on Sentinel's side, disrupting the push. But right now, Rye is set up on the top side. What can he do with it? Meanwhile, it's Nectar outputting the damage. Madara, he falls through that output from Nectar. You mentioned earlier how good Nectar is, and they're looking phenomenal.
Dude, I want to eat whatever Nectar had for breakfast, because Nectar today, I mean, Nectar's always a very solid duelist, but specifically in this matchup, he is stepping up with the impact that he's had. Last game, 41 and 7, 15 final hits. You combine that together with Mommy Emma having all the damned output she could have.
Did she just say Mommy?
In that front line, I mean, it's a very brutal and a high damage impact that you have to think about here. But Dark Zero will be able to now make the rotation here with Kurova having that invisible boundary.
I'm going to take a wild guess and assume he ate a peach. Meanwhile, they come in. Ultron's Rage, push back the Dark Zero side, stun up, Impunity. Here comes that ultimate with the whale to stall out, or at least he's yeeted out there, it seems like, for Rymazing into that invisible boundary from Kurova. Playing slow. Every ult pretty much popped in the last fight, besides Renko, who's coming up on his. Same thing with Impunity. Renko builds it up, but they lose Techie in the meanwhile. Can they come back? Impunity has built up the Hulk ult ready to go. If he needs to use it, also disrupt this backline. Make sure nobody's comfortable. However, Bucky does pretty well against Hulk, right? At the moment, it's on me on Rymazing. We've seen it phenomenal. Namor play on this point. Can Rye pop off, though? He's not on the height like we've seen other Namors do. Already forced to use his shift. Portal is here, though, for this defense on Sentinel's side, so they're going to stall it out, even though the picks are being found by Rye.
That was nice. Turning around, making sure Nectar has no opportunity to back away, as now Sentinels, their defense is crumbling right before their feet. That's even with Techie trying to make the comeback after swapping off the Emma Frost over to the Doctor Strange, a portal right back around. Used it up earlier, now swaps back towards the Emma Frost, and Dark Zero have a plethora of ultimates in this next upcoming fight.
And with the map unbroken, we'll see this team sort of set up their flanks, right? But on the defensive point,
all right,
usually
playing with the cat.
See teams start to get those, first holds. Meanwhile, Dark Zero,
do you think you, Emong, Flats, ML7, Aspen, and Echoes can compete with a top-tier
on the bridge side angle?
Rivals?
Really
no.
just kind of going as a cohesive unit, but Rymazing on the top side.
Half, if not half, or more of that team that you just said doesn't even play this game.
Ultron's Rage as well onto this back line. But again, Sentinel's looking so improved at healing this off instead. Rymazing, though, counterpoint. Giant Trident in the whale in your face.
The Moby Dick coming out now. The Terror Cape to follow. You talk about utilizing that freeze. It gives more room for Impunity to breathe and get aggressive, especially when he has to worry about Nectar here, but he doesn't really have to.
Nice shots. They're doing really well considering it took them a long time to cap first.
I mean, I was going to compliment Sentinels how well they kept their backline alive. However, well, they lost Nectar. So, tough fight for them, but at least the ult's used, right? Like you mentioned, and now Sentinel's going to walk in with the...
I'll tell you what, the three people that actually kind of do play this game, like if you have me and Necros on a team, I can tell you one thing, I'm actually not going to be the shortest one on the team. And also if you add Flats, well, I mean, Flats doesn't really consistently play this game, but at least we'll know what characters to play because his tier list.
They try to get the combo combo together with Nectar, but it falls short. The Eternal Bond met with Velocity keeps everybody in Dark Zero alive. They're going to cycle that with Kurova survivability on the Invisible Boundary, and with the Psionic Seduction from Techie trying to turn the tide. It's going to be met invisible boundary to invisible boundary, looking like a Venn diagram with Sentinels clearing the floor, taking control of this fight and wiping out Dark Zero.
Hey, you mentioned Techie on the last map, how good he was, and on this one, looking to repeat that performance and getting those eliminations through both Stratus ults is huge for sure. As we're even in that Ultron's Rage department, I mean, Impunity can go off. We've seen him do it before, too. This was also a recent pickup. More of a not talked about one, I think, with Impunity joining this roster from Shroud X.
Why are you guys all spamming the same?
He's been a big part of this roster.
You guys look like bots.
Probably the best, honestly, from Shroud Egg. So Dark Zero bringing all the good pieces together, but with Nectar getting a little bit of revenge. He's found Smash in the middle.
You guys literally look like bots, bro. Someone's gonna come to my stream and be like, excuse me, Jay3, why are you view botting, man? You change, man. It's dead screamer.
Was he blinded there too? That was an insane shot from the meatball out of the bullet, or out of the gun for Nectar. And now they're starting to string these fights together, Vicky. This is a little bit worrisome for Dark Zero. Back-to-back losses.
This is the part of the second checkpoint, too, that is the most difficult, in my honest opinion. You have the card so close to that checkpoint, but now you're being fully held. You're trying to take to the skies, right? Amazing made the swap over to the torch, trying to stay alive while looking at Avery here, but it's going to be hard when you also have Nectar landing so many of these shots.
Over the top side, here comes Madara with his Sonic Seduction, starting it out really early. Meanwhile, Diamond Former on the backside, trying to do a lot of damage. Amazing in the sky, trying to pressure out at least some strat ults, but hasn't had the opportunity here in the sky. Avery commits that Ultron's Rage alongside the Meteor. Can't find the backline. It does it. In fact, Crimson goes down. So does Avery. Amazing. No way. Shutting down.
I'm pretty sure they faded and dodged that.
Ultimates, in fact. So Meteor removed. Ultron's Rage gone. Nothing else for the defensive side of Sentinels.
Not banning Amazing's Human Torch is actually that's a mistake.
Had the win all economy for the start of that engagement when Madara had opened up with that Sonic Seduction. That was insane.
That's a mistake.
That Meteor with the slam down, I was wondering.
Why does Human Torch always melee while fireballs? If you melee, you are changing the hitbox of your character and also making it harder for you to get a headshot, I think, or just hit in general. And you also regenerate your primary fire quicker.
With Sentinels struggling versus Torch players, right? We've seen that yesterday as well versus 100 Thieves. We'll see if that narrative continues, though. Here comes an ultimate from the backside of Renko, but at the moment, Dark Zero's made it very far. I mean, even today, we haven't seen teams even make it out of second phase of the map. Crimzo falls, though. That's a terrible pick. Nectar soon to fall.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Madara with the big ult. Amazing finishing it. Yo. Yo.
Making the swap over to the Star-Lord, and Dark Zero with less than 50 seconds on the clock are looking to hold.
Amazing is a very good fucking player, man.
Ready to go. Smash on the top side with the Ultron's Rage. Truly going to dive in with Impunity and Rye.
Amazing reminds me of, like, he's probably one of the best DPS players. He reminds me of me a lot.
Forcing them back in the spawn. Ultron's Rage is here, but has to touch Cart. Somebody has to. It's going to be Nectar. Avery taking so much damage with the Snowflake. Can he be kept alive? The healing is good. Crimzo's back with a BRB2, but do they have enough people to even stall it out? Techie coming up with that ultimate in a moment. Bubble onto Avery. Somehow keeping him alive is the back line, but then they lose that back line. Renko and Armor immediately fall. And with that torch,
they do not, bro. They don't want to lose, bro.
They're trying to rely on Nectar and Avery.
Ooh! 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 Get him! Ooh! Get him! Get her done! Get her done! They're not going to be able to get a portal. I don't think they're going to be able to get a portal. No, it's too fast. Too slow. Too slow. No. No. That was hey. That's a good push, though. That's a good push.
Are you kidding me? The Magneto.
That was a really good fucking push by them, chat. Nectar was literally insane.
Literally, what we just witnessed from Sentinels there in the second checkpoint just happened to Dark Zero when they were less than 1 meter away from the finish line.
My God. I didn't know how Sentinels would come back. Genuinely 1% win condition there, Vicky, wasn't it? Like, that is crazy.
Dark Zero was looking really good, bro. Dark Zero was really looking really good. I'm actually really surprised they lost that.
I mean, what more can you say about those two?
Nectar, though.
Nectar is juiced up, man. He's juiced. He is juiced on this team, and all the pieces of Sentinels are helping him be enabled to pop off.
Yeah.
12 and 5.
Amazing also 24 and 4. Damn.
Dark Zero earlier on before that second checkpoint prior to that, and still Dark Zero had a good amount of momentum. Moving forward though, Aramori having to be a little careful here now, making the swap ups that we're currently seeing before they start things off on the attack. But even better, looking at Dark Zero, looking at Amazing making that swap up to the torch. Obviously, the Hulk and then the more, they were getting those crucial picks there when they were trying to push on the attack, even taking flanking routes, but that torch was scary.
Right, and that leads us to the current board state almost of this Rivals match. It's that for as good as Nectar's hero play was alongside Avery in that hold from Sentinels, they still almost you know, had the entire map capped on him. And, you know,
insane games. These are the games that make me want to get better and better. That's good, right?
I mean,
it's like watching like let's just say you're into basketball. It's like watching basketball highlights of your favorite player, and then like trying to do that on the basketball court the next time you play with friends or like at a you know, park or whatever.
Look at back to back, and the focus, the split focus right now too. This is so important to highlight if you're trying to grow as a player, because you're not giving up space, you're not giving up pressure, but you're also helping peeling for your backline too.
Unfortunately for Bucky, I mean, so much utility in that character now. Can send Amazing down to the ground with his ease, also with that bionic hook, trying to go for something, gets pulled in by that force physics on the opposite side. But nothing happens just yet. This is kind of how these teams played right now. Stratus holds built right now. Avery comes in with that Ultron's Rage. Dark Zero coming up on their own. Almost. Smash is so close. They're forced to
nice dive to the green.
Regain domain, but no, they stay alive. They're built up that Ultron's Rage on the top side. Ryze also very aggressive now. Everybody's caught out now, or at least Avery on that opposite side.
Was that Emily? Oh yeah, if you hear screaming, it's Emily. She's playing Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, and with the invisible boundary called in from Aramori, Amazing just got away with putting out not only so much pressure, but
I really appreciate you doing these watch parties / explaining stuff, Jay. Oh, no problem. I love it.
Sustain long term to get any sort of progress on that point.
It's like
numbers already.
It's like I'm the dad, and you guys are like the kids, but like. At your house, obviously. Have you guys ever watched sports with your dad, and your dad's like just talking shit about everyone? But like, that's the fun part about being a spectator. You get to just talk shit and just watch.
Transition today. Dark Zero are trying to make it smooth though. With 2 minutes left to go, they have that.
But a lot of my shit talking is friendly shit talking. I only shit talk my friends who are playing this game. I don't want to shit talk people I don't know, because then they think I'm actually serious, which I'm not. I mean, obviously these guys are a lot better than me, and but I just like trolling.
It didn't hit you in the head, but it's fine. At least this projectile can, and they do get the trade-off though, because Smash is able to find Nectar despite these strategist ultimates that are being called in. Invisible boundary from Korova.
This is a crazy hold by Dark Zero.
Had also used up the fate of both worlds to allow Sentinels to move up.
I just got distracted in that fight as eventually Dark Zero get it done. Despite losing Amazing, that ragdoll was just so funny. He just like got KO'd, smacks into the pillar. It's always Rye on this map too. It's like Central Park. He gets kidnapped by Terra. A little bit of a Baby Rage moment. I mean, you remember that too from stage 1?
I remember. That was hilarious. The ragdoll effects is always some of my favorites when it comes to games like this as well. And Sentinel, some of their favorites is going to be that Ultron ultimate too, right? Avery had so much impact prior with this Ultron. Aramori taking a good amount of damage. She will be fine though, as Nectar also has a Star-Lord legendary here. Nothing sweet about this gameplay here. That's why they call him
To be honest with you,
as he's gonna push it down to impunity. Madara gets stunned temporarily.
I think it's really good that like a lot more esports.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice pick off, but at the meantime, they're going to rely on Nectar.
Oh, chat, never mind. I'll talk about it after.
48 seconds left to go. Into the inside. Finds one, finds two. The follow-up there. And this is what we saw at the end of their defense. But can they keep it up? The portal is here. Amazing goes through it just to live back into the spawn. Nectar trying to find them with
It's really nice that a lot of these oh god damn it, I thought they were gonna cap. Oh, they capped. It's really good that a lot of these esports, like,
that was so close too. They like just
games are now allowing like streamers to co-stream their game, because like you get more viewers for your game. When like Overwatch League, for an example, a long time ago, Overwatch League didn't allow streamers to co-stream their game, and I think that's really bad. Like, so I never watched Overwatch League, and my viewers who never watched Overwatch League didn't watch it either.
It's those right-handed peaks this time that he didn't get on offense.
And I'm pretty sure there's people going to be in my chat who wouldn't watch these games unless I was watching it.
Make sure that they can maybe set up Nectar to go aggressive. Supernova available, pops it.
So therefore, if I wasn't watching it and you guys are not watching it, we're not like supporting their pro scene. And I think it's a lot of fun.
So having these 4 ultimates ready to go, nearing 5 with the fate of both worlds from Renko though, and finding Smash. The man's not missing. He's dripping with confidence, living up to the name once again, but trying to avoid the Sonic.
And plus, watching these games are gonna only make us better. I mean, you probably might see a pro do something that's crazy, and you might implement that into your game, and then hey, you might get better.
Unfortunately, they're going to stall out for sure at the very least for that car. It's only 2 members, though, just Korova and his Vanguard in Madara. They'll have ults at the very least, but it's a tough pill to swallow, losing him there and that ult.
Nectar still getting these crucial picks here, too, in the sky. Nobody is safe. Dark Zero, though, with Smash going down first early in that previous fight, will be able to have the extermination coming in. Velocity making that swap up too, having that Loki. Could get that God of Mischief online just to allow Dark Zero to control more space, because with Sentinels trying to match that with Renko having the fit of both worlds, they're pushing all the way up.
They are.
I taught these guys everything they know. What do you mean?
Here comes that invisible boundary from Velocity, who's on Loki. We talked about how that hero's been sort of on the comeback, even though he got nerfed in the previous patch. Now comes that dive from Techie, taken down by Rising, when they didn't really have much to work with either, so that's a huge pick. When he had Beast of Abyss too, in terms of Techie's side, this Galactic
I wouldn't be here for sure, but your commentary is great. Oh, dude, bro, my commentary is not. I just talk shit.
But Ryan's done a great job of just harassing and falling back.
I just make fun of some of my friends, and I make fun of the streamers that I know. It's fun.
Avery with the follow-up, trying to find actually some of those members in the sky. That regenerative domain, keeping everybody healthy too. Those are gone. Cooldowns used, Impunity's down again. Focused for sure. Huge work from Sentinels.
That was huge too. Right out of the Beast of the Abyss too. It looked like right after he tried to use it, getting stunned and then getting taken out. The Supernova now coming in for Rising, while Smash tries to keep everyone alive, tries to build up some space. But
also, the cool thing I really do enjoy about these tournaments and whatnot is like some of the pros actually do come to our chat and talk, and then you guys get to talk to some of the pros, and it's actually really cool that some of them take the time out of their day right after their match or even before their match and come here to talk to us, and like it's pretty cool.
Straddles used Kurova, using his velocities coming up. They lose Crimzo in the middle of the fight. Renko's not even close at all. Sonic Seduction on defense. Can they get Straddles?
Uh-oh. Two people down already. Can Sentinels tie it up?
Renko's close to that. Luna Snow dance for. They lose Avery with the Ultron's Rage. The damage out from Madara has been huge. They lose everybody. It's just Crimzo and Renko. Nectar's going to come back. Can they clutch it up again? The newbies. Portal's not going to be up, I think, in time for Avery to even come back to the portal, so he's going to make that slow crawl back from spawn. Overtime ticks down. Portal block came through, and nobody else is here from Sentinel's side.
Damn! Hey, chat, we got ourselves a game. We got ourselves a match, bro. Tied 1-1.
The timing, too, of those staggers at the very end. Talk about
if Dark Zero caps the next point, bro, and leads 2-1, I actually might clap without my hands.
This is what we saw. It's very hard to cap out the whole map, right? So,
yo, IQ different. Appreciate the massive 3 months
on the defense, but yeah, the moment we go over to offense, Big you called it. It's always going to be tough versus, I mean, Torch. Right?
Oh, the family and I. Hey, I appreciate IQ. That's awesome. That's awesome. Say hi to the family.
Yeah, something else to note is just looking at the way that Dark Zero had to make the adjustments that they needed with Rising out of the portal right back in. They still elongated that fight in their favor.
Oh, this is the finals for
Velocity over until that low
the lower bracket.
But it's even crazier to see how Dark Zero.
The grand finals are tomorrow. Game, we'll be watching that too.
Even going into Central Park where they had the advantage. We talked about the map stats before. This is the first time that Sentinels has played on Central Park for stage 2 here in Americas. So with Rising,
imagine if Sentinels don't qualify. It doesn't matter who loses these games, though. Even let's just say hypothetically Sentinels lose, they're still going to be playing next week, because next week are the playoffs. The playoffs is where you want to win. If you are not the top 4 teams in NA and during the playoffs, you will not be making the LAN.
Right, and they play on Central Park. Now we'll see what happens as the next map pick comes through. We'll head to another domination, and that could change.
No, best of 5.
You know, the trajectory of Sentinels, right? We saw the last map. You know, obviously before Central Park was a big map for Sentinels, or at least we're going to Convoy. Sorry, not Domination next. I forgot that this is only the second map. It was such a long one that it almost felt like we were entering a game.
No, this is the last match of the day.
Right, but showing some bias. MVP will be Ryan.
First ever esport match I've ever watched. This is sick, and your commentary makes it better. Hey, stupid fucking shark! I appreciate it. What a name.
Phenomenal on Torch throughout the map.
Yeah, exactly. Was on the majority of that Torch here until the very end. 37 KOs, by the way, at 34,000 damage output. What we were talking about, Nectar being able to find a lot of those final hits.
Are you going to play after this? Oh, probably not, bro. I've been streaming for 12.5 hours already. I am very, very tired. We've been doing 15-hour days the past few days. I've had like 5 hours of sleep the past few nights because I've been watching The Boys.
Dominant, straight up. Right.
Speaking about The Boys, I don't know if you guys have been watching it or watched it already. I just finished season 2. Yeah, let's go, Chip!
I guess it is still triple strategist, but you know, the top torch players can still hard carry like we saw. Not that it was just him; it was Impunity creating space and stuff too. But phenomenal work from Dark Zero to tie up the series. Now we're tied up 1-1.
Dang, you still streaming? Yo, speaking about
after this
family chat, my dad is in the chat. Yo, what's up, Dad? How you doing? How you doing?
Too, but also something else that we have to call out here. Hella, you know.
Skill
really
issue.
nice,
Appreciate the massive gifted sub to Stupid Fucking Shark and
the
Drunken Llama. Appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend.
Hella Grim Lady skin yet? What are you doing?
Also, no, I have not watched Kaiju number 8. I've had no free time chat.
You know, if you're a competitive nerd, if you're a hardcore nerd, it removes
my days usually go, I wake up, I watch EMEA, I play a few ranked games, I watch NA finals, and then I watch one episode of The Boys with Emily to spend some time with her, and then I go to sleep.
Listen, I'm just all for removing screen clutter. That's why I like the bikini skin so much. You know, that's because it removes so much of the potential things in the way of seeing.
All's well. W, Dad, what did you have for dinner, Dad?
Watch and look at. Anyways, we're going to do a short break. We'll see you guys in just a bit.
They're on a short break.
Map number 3.
Wait, the Kaiju number 8 season ended? Nice. I probably have to finish the anime then. I also do need to watch the Demon Slayer movie. I want to see it. And I heard to watch Gen G after the, sorry, not Gen V after The Boys, but I also heard I should probably watch Marvel Zombies or Zombies Marvel or whatever the fuck it's called. I heard people are like, that's the new hype. Marvel, yeah, Marvel Zombies, that thing. Is it good? Should I actually watch it? Or don't waste my time. Oh, Dad, you had beef stew. Interesting. Nice. Nice. Okay, I'll probably watch it. The Halloween skins that are coming out are in the show. Wait, are you guys dead ass? Watch Gen V Season 1 after The Boys Season 3, then The Boys Season 4, then Gen V Season 2. Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to watch all of The Boys and then all of Gen V. Oh, you used the pressure cooker. W, Dad, WW. Oh, wait, this is my favorite jam. The Jeff version of this song is good. Okay, wait, what did we play? We played Koth. We played a hybrid. We're going to a payload map, chat. What payload map do you guys think we're going to? I'm calling it. We're either going to Yggdrasil or that map where you push the Panther. I'm calling it. I know I'm getting old because I got excited about things like pressure cookers. That's exactly what I was saying to chat yesterday, bro. You know you're getting old when you get happy. Like, I was getting happy for plates and cups and silverware.
Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, they might play that. Yeah, wait, no, they might play Midtown.
Coming to fruition. Now, we thought the series would sort of result in Vicky. We're now heading to a convoy map for our third game between Sentinels and Dark Zero. Sentinels think this next map should be
true.
for them,
See,
right?
Taylor?
Yeah, well, this is the thing, though. We're going on to Spider Islands, and I do not
Oh,
believe
Spider Islands.
Yes, so
I was completely wrong.
This is the map that Dark Zero has fallen on. So trying to play into those strengths, that's something to consider, because we've also seen certain teams, you know, get pushed into maps that they may not shine on, yet still be able to make those adjustments to be able to take the dub. So we're going to have to see if this does flip the script here, considering that we have a tied series on our hands.
That would be interesting. I think, yeah, it's a good point, because, I mean, Sentinels has fought pretty hard competition so far. And, I mean, not to say that Dark Zero hasn't, but because they've had to make that reverse sweep to that lower bracket. I mean, hardest competition being Nemesis, right? Being one of those top teams, the one that beat them in the upper bracket. But for that side, for Sentinels, I mean, the challenge against 100 Thieves, it feels like 100 Thieves are never out of it, Vicky. Like, it seems like this team is somehow always good, even though a lot of us, I think, doubt them sometimes. They always manage to be a very, very solid team, and Sentinels obviously lost to them in the upper bracket, now have to play against Dark Zero here and go to that Spider Islands map, like you mentioned. Neither of these teams, both of these teams could be questionable here.
I love how you bring that up too, just the history. It's like I always say 100 Thieves individually just have a built-in rage meter, right? They just have to be their backs pushed against the wall.
Yeah, that's the team you would think would have broken up first before Sentinels, right? Because like all of their drama is aired publicly. It's great. I'm sure it's healthy, right? Maybe that's why they say arguments for couples is good, you know? Despite how toxic it may be to hear your neighbor yelling at his wife and his wife yelling at him. You know, sometimes it's, at least they're talking.
No,
right?
you know, you're not getting away.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I mean, we're seeing that here too with the way that Sentinels have to rework things, as well as Dark Zero, how they said it in their interview, the way that they have to keep each other accountable. And now looking at the ban phase, we still are seeing the Atom get pulled off here. So both Atom and Mantis once again still stuck in ban jail, while Jeff though is off the table here because they're tired of seeing what Kurova could do. He wasn't able to play that Jeff, I believe, last game too. So no Jeff once again, and no Captain America on the side of Dark Zero, where they're going to be able to answer that after the experience they had in game #1 versus Crimzo.
I like that ban jail. That's probably going to be a social media post later. Meanwhile, Luna, no, ban on the opposite side. Just see little Jeffy behind bars, you know, trying to break out, maybe with like a cup.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's beautiful.
Sentinels, though, I mean, you're right. Getting rid of Jeff now is smart because Kurova, you know, played it last map, but no torch ban yet again. Instead, targeting the characters that can maybe support it.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Well, not that well. Not that well, though.
Well, yeah. Well, looking at the fact that now they've protected both the Ultron and the Invisible Woman, it's literally a copy paste of what we just witnessed.
She just actually turned 8 like
the last game, right?
Like a week ago.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at least they get rid of the Luna. I mean, yeah, Luna's good. Jeff's good too. So. Fair play, fair play.
Ban the torch.
And our youngest kitty just turned 6 months, 3 days ago.
Pan out for them, right?
I don't know where that little guy is.
Again, I mean, I hate to say it, it's like a narrative, and you know, whatever. Sometimes narratives are drawn out.
Have a good night, Bass.
Sure, but I mean, just going off of recent history, Sentinels have to figure out
Taylor,
how to play against Torch. I mean, they got absolutely dominated by Terra. Terra, you know, really kind of coming back on.
It's Emily's cat, though.
She duelist players in the game.
Rarely comes into this room. She's actually mad at us because we got the boy cat.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for this team to deal with it, and maybe if they go against it today, they have a solution.
And we're going to have to see here now as we get started with game #3. It is best of 5 once again. For those of you guys just tuning in, you've caught us in a banger of a match with Sentinels versus Dark Zero. And already out of the gates, Dark Zero going to be on that defense.
Okay, chat, let's see this.
On the attack. They're the ones that chose the
it's
style
tied
that
1-1.
Just looking at the stall opportunity here, too, that Dark Zero could try to provide. Looking at Smash, Madara, they're going to utilize Why Amazing Me on the Rocket to have that BRB.
Yeah, that makes sense. The triple yet again.
Oh, I actually did not know that you could destroy that. Wow. Learn something new every day.
We'll see how Sentinels play against it. Usually it's a lot of those teams that, well, by the way, right on the high ground, Velocity just sitting in Narnia. Unfortunately, watching his team die in front of him, right? It's just everybody's getting KO'd one after the other. Stalling it out, though, at the very least, but a good take from
no, that was very risky, bro. That was very risky.
Yeah, they're going to have the number advantage. Honestly, seeing Kurova and Why Amazing in that side room, I know they were trying to sustain Madara there, but they were also caught off guard with Nectar taking a nice little cheeky angle as the recontest now from Impunity on the Doctor Strange allows them to move back in with Velocity still sticking onto that Loki.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opinion. Oh my gosh, meanwhile. Oh, Kurova, no! Close enough for those greens. Just walk forward to Velocity. Unfortunately, lose the BRB too. Kurova gonna be sent back to spawn. Does not have that from Why Amazing, who was, I believe, trying to move it because they didn't even break it. Nectar as well tracks down onto Why Amazing and Velocity, and right now This backline is just not together, right? This was what I was going to talk about earlier, Vicky. Like when they were on the inside.
Damn, bro.
If Velocity was actually in there with them, I feel like.
Pretty sure they took 2 fights and they only took out a minute and like 20 seconds, bro. That's bad.
The lamps,
Sentinels
and,
are
like, the lamp opportunity. Maybe it was probably disordered, like used up already early right before that. But the lamps would have come in clutch in a space like that. And Nectar.
Oh, wait,
just a
he was stuck.
Assassin right now, hanging onto the rooftops of Spider Island. Dude,
oh, that is a big pick, bro, by Nectar.
Nectar is dripping with not just sweetness, but just taste and sour with the taste he's leaving in Dark Zero's mouth.
Was that a good spot for a portal? Pro teams do that.
He's not having
so what a lot of pro teams do, if you see top left, they run 3 tanks, 3 supports, and usually they try to stall the spawn as much as possible, and then they teleport back and stall as much as possible, and then they take another fight, and you basically have 3 fights on first point instead of only 1 fight or 2.
Now he gets a slam down back to his team.
So basically, they're trying to waste as much time as possible.
The win condition still remains the same, where he's gonna be a threat up on those roofs.
And then if they cap, they lose one of the tanks and they go DPS.
Yeah, usually Impunity is that consistent mainstay of Dark Zero, so him going down there is brutal. Now they finally come back, put Torch on. Or Amazing on Torch, which honestly you could say for both, right? Is the Torch playing Amazing or is Amazing playing Torch? Sentinel's back to the spawn though, and now we're back on to seeing a comp that Dark Zero, I'm sure we're comfortable playing with.
Amazing's like, enough of this triple Vanguard here.
What's up, Karon?
Strategist, that's all we need here with Smash playing that second duelist, the hybrid role that Ultron could take on here. Amazing's about that as Supernova, but you have to stay alive as Kurova has that invisible boundary. Saving that right on time here too, since it was a little bit of a slow build up for that ultimate after the first 2 pickoffs that we saw. And now Sentinels, they do have 3 answers though after forcing out that invisible boundary.
Well, here's the Ultron's Rage, forces out that Luna Snow dance floor. Nobody going down either for Dark Zero. In fact, it's Nectar to fall, who got grabbed, choke slammed by Madara. And with that, I mean, Madara just closed it out.
Rye Amazing on Torch is just too good, dude.
And Madara on Emma Frost.
I'm really surprised they didn't ban it.
Man, and you get the team up 2 together with the shield, by the way, that Kurova provides, being on the Invisible Woman too. That's just something to highlight, considering that they didn't ban out that Torch, whereas Sentinels can't use that. Here, as Avery does have that elimination ready to go, here Velocity could counter that with the Eternal Bond, but Amazing's gonna want to try to keep them on this choke with that Supernova eventually.
Termination in the sky from the Ultron's Rage. He dodges around the corner to reduce his effect of the Sonic Seduction. In fact, comes back through and finds
Avery
again. You pointed him out earlier, Vicky. Nice shots there, and the follow-up from that Ultron's Rage. They did use also another earlier on with Techie, but still, good fight win on Sentinels.
Sweet moves, right?
Now looking at what's coming up next here, while Sentinels get more progress here on the point, and Nectar keeps controlling even more of this space. Aramori's got that invisible boundary, while Crimso's got that Sonic Seduction. Kurova slowly approaching his own invisible boundary, but it's gonna be opened up with the Sonic Seduction first, and Velocity was ready with the Eternal Bond to allow Dark Zero to replant their feet on this defense.
And they're slowly stalling it out right now. Cart still pushing forward for Sentinels. Eventually that Eternal Bond will run dry. Supernova forces out invisible boundary from
also everyone talking about the Iron Fist changes. I don't think the Iron Fist changes are necessarily a buff. They decrease his overall his base damage from 9 to 8.
Can he get eliminations through that Rage and also those?
And then they changed his damage percentage, so he's basically doing more damage to tanks. I don't think overall he does more damage or has like more DPS. He's a tank buster.
Velocity follows up and finds Nectar in the sky. Velocity says, I'll take matters into my own hands, swapping over to the cloak to also get that reset on the reload, as well as Amazing now getting that dive, sending back Sentinels to the choke, while the supports are playing patty cake to stay
does he?
alive.
Iron Fist does the same damage to 250 health targets.
The only way back into that fight was maybe if Crimzo gets a grab, but huge work from Dark Zero.
Someone actually has to do the math.
Ultimates, and now Sentinels have 60 seconds left to go, and this is looking very familiar. Right, this is like the second phase of the map again for Sentinels on Central Park. We'll see if they can close it out though this time around, as they're on attack. Right, they can maybe build that momentum. No ultimate, especially.
Oh, they got back.
Wait.
Hey, who the hell? Who did that? That's the first time I've never
That is embarrassing, bro. Is that the first C9 that we've seen in the pro tournament? Oh, Chad, that is embarrassing.
What a play.
That is embarrassing, bro. Oh, Dark Zero, bro.
Oh my. Nectar together with Techie, you cannot ignore this because the combination here between Sentinels are going to be able to try to get this dive opportunity to follow up between Techie and Nectar.
Oh, you know they're not fun. That chat, that is a mental destroyer, bro. You know their voice comms are probably like, hey, what the fuck, man?
Impunity does have the reset available with a Feast of the Abyss, but Sentinels are just not getting stopped here.
A huge play from Sentinels to get it done. But we'll see if the gimmick pans out. Here comes the Eternal Bond from Velocity.
Jay, stop. What? Dude, but getting backcapped is the worst, especially in a tournament.
One shot with Impunity or something along those lines. Supernova, though. On the backside, Madara able to find Techie into the sky now. Nectar realizing his Shroud Ultra popped. Wants to come back through to this invisible boundary to stay alive, too. Making sure he hits the double pocket, by the way. Both Drone and Snowflake on him. Making sure that they pretty much aren't targetable. Nice tracking, by the way, in the sky. Then goes in with the blasters. All those cooldowns used. They lose Impunity, too, because of all the pressure that Nectar and the Vanguards, in terms of Techie, is providing.
The sustainability from Renko, as you highlighted, between the Snowflake here too. Oh my, he gets smashed too in the middle of the air. Who's so close to having the Ultron Rage. Now Avery has it here. Sentinels could use this for not only spacing, but for that resustainability. But again, trying to enable Nectar is the goal here from Sentinels, as he's clearing the space and also continuously splitting up that backline, harassing.
When are the Atlanta games happening? End of this month and beginning of November.
Right, Nectar's putting the team on their absolute backs right now. If we talk about top-tier players, Nectar slowly but surely entering some of the best in the entire world, but Dark Zero still have a chance to win it now. Madara finds Techie with the grab, also the kick into the wall. Eternal Bond also gives him a ton of sustain. Impunity trying to live on the backside. Armory falls, though. 2 Velocity and Impunity, and nobody's there to touch again. No back cap this time around, Vicky. Sentinels get stopped again in 3rd phase.
Bro, that's
dog, man.
That was crazy.
What's crazy is that, you know,
that's
in the
embarrassing.
Game, like sometimes the music kicks up when the time is running out and you feel your heart racing. Sometimes you got to look back to make sure no one's trying to back cap or whatever. But in that moment, you can
Hello, chat. I want to see something. Is it going to take me too far back?
The Eternal Bond to allow Dark Zero to replay.
Velocity sides. I need to rewatch. Central Park. Zero to
okay. Wait, it happened.
Avoiding of the Emma Frost.
Wait.
Back Sentinels to the choke.
Oh my god, that was such an insane back cap. Look how long it took.
Over to the cloak to also get that reset on the reload, as well as Amazing now getting that.
Wait, no one capped the point. That's what the problem was. It wasn't a back cap. I don't think the cart got stopped in general. Look. The cart is still red. They got off. No one stopped it. Wait, they're fighting on the point right now? No one stopped it again?
I mean, Rye, expert avoiding of the Emma Frost. The only way back.
No one stopped it, bro. Look at it. Look at it.
Huge work from Dark Zero to
look at it. It's just going.
Have 60 seconds left to go, and this is looking very familiar. Right, this is like the 2nd phase of the map again for Sentinels.
Oh no!
We'll see if they can close it out though this time around. As they're on attack,
oh,
right? They can that
no,
momentum.
Bro, that is a tilter.
I can't, man. I can't. There's no. I mean, but that also makes a difference maker, right? Rivals, you need to be able to have control over the point.
The worst feeling when that's happening, chat, is like you don't hear it or anything. All you hear is, all you see when you look in the middle of your screen is the number going down from 5 meters to 0, and they cap.
Impunity's able to find Crimzo. Nectar gets the trade right afterwards. Avery is the next to go out, and Amazing pulling up with the magic on this checkpoint, by the way, is cooking because we've seen this work before.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different look.
They haven't gotten progress, by the way.
And yeah, still haven't. They are terrible at the objective at the current moment, but regardless, that's because of Sentinels kind of throwing themselves.
Oh, by the way, the person that was asking if that was a good portal, see, the other team is doing it too. 3 tanks, 3, well, except they have a DPS, but they go right to the point.
Very reliant on the cooldowns. Amazing goes in, trying to connect on that team up, and Techie on the backside finds Kuroba already a little bit too far forward, but also trying to stay near velocities. So they're running out of steam, they're running out of momentum. And since they're a traditional, more 2-2-2 style composition, they're slowly falling apart. They don't have the healing to sustain Sentinels on that re-engage.
Yeah, if anything here, just look at Impunity coming back. He needs help. Impunity always in these tight situations. Velocity was also going to come back.
Can you explain Atlantic to me? Is that Atlanta? Oh, Atlanta. The lane is happening in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a DreamHack. DreamHack has multiple gaming like events around the world, and usually at those gaming events there's like tournaments and whatnot.
Sentinels to sort of sustain. Rye switching off, and everybody in fact switching off.
There's a lot of things.
They're back to their regular comp. Ryan, this guy taking shots from Avery. Probably has to fall back. Velocities.
Who are you supporting?
Wait, Venom?
I want a good game between these two teams, but I don't know, man.
It created a little bit of space.
I'd say Dark Zero.
They lose right amazing. Unfortunately, because they didn't copy a strategist, they just eventually collapse.
And that's what happens right there. You think you could try to go for a play like that, but imagine you would have had a strategist.
Ooh, nice, nice skill, nice skill.
Opportunity to get into the full spawn room gate to get the healing. Oh no! Now you're wasting even more time. Dark Zero down a minute and less than 45 seconds here.
Yeah, Nectar's looking phenomenal.
Jay, guess what? What's up?
The series, right? Despite the situation they find themselves in 1-1, Dark Zero now have to come back with their ultimate. Sentinels also, same situation. Rocket ult out first. Here comes the Supernova on the backside from Ryan Amazing to delete it, but he's taking so much damage. Eye in the sky, but it's shut down maybe, kinda. Kurova still fall, Velocity fall, the peel is there. So even though you get grabbed out of the air, the job is done by Sentinels on the defense.
You said that earlier. Appreciate it.
All around right now, there has to be
I think their mentals are boomed, bro.
It's gonna be the Hulk and Namora, right? Amazing makes us.
I think their mentals are boomed ever since that back half.
And harass the back line here, even in the skies.
I think that threw off the team's juju, their momentum, their vibe. You know what I'm saying, chat? Ooh, nice hit.
I mean, they're looking shook right now. Dark Zero is having to switch up to this composition when the torch has been working on so well. Here comes. Well, Techie eventually goes down. Nice job with the regenerative domain. Save alive from that push of Techie, at least. But Avery eventually finds Madara, and Avery, the newcomer to the roster, has been also incredible. So this duelist lineup, and one of the duelists playing a strategist in Ultron, able to find huge picks now. Dark still trying to fight this, still Smash on the backside, trying to equalize it. But here, on the opposite side, Galactic Legend. Peel comes through with that invisible boundary, though. Same thing with those shields from the Invisible Woman. Jeff, in the meantime, will it find anything? Goes on the high ground, but Rye avoids it for now. They still have one shot.
Chad, it's GG's, bro. It's GG's, man.
The Jeff from flying off the map. However, Nectar's found
It's
velocity.
GG's.
Remember when you were asking, what do you do when it comes to that, Jeff? You have to reserve an ultimate for it. That's the best way to.
I still don't think they're gonna win, bro. I still don't think they're gonna win. It was a big whale, don't get me wrong, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
He's got to look around to see that the stall can really come out because overtime's ticking away. But it favors Sentinels here as Impunity is forced to pop the whole goal, to pop the reset here, and now looks behind him to stop the portal play.
I mean, these young guns of Sentinels are wiry. They have been all over Dark Zero, and because of that, here comes Crimzo in the sky. Smash is gone. Wait, Crimzo goes down to Kurova, though. On the backside, Rocket ult here from Aramori.
Nah.
Doesn't give them anything. It doesn't look like it. They're losing Techie. On the high ground, here comes Ultron's Rage from Avery, trying to equalize it. He's done it before. Can he do it again? Kurova invisible. Using the double jump. We know that cooldown is out. No longer can go invisible. Also, Madara did use that diamond form. Smash coming back with the portal on the backside.
Techie has ult. Nectar has ult. Dark Zero has nothing except Rye Amazing. Rye Amazing has to pull off a god play to continue this. A god play. Oh!
If he wants to. Nice slowdown of Nectar, though. The faces from Impunity slow it down. That Techie also gets peeled for by Smash. And they're starting to do
There's no way.
Dark Zeros, they're maybe going to close out here as they come
There's
back
no
on
way.
Angela, of all things, Crimzo does. But as we know,
that's an airball.
Angela is one of the lowest HP vanguards in the game, so she can't stall that well. Besides,
there's no fucking way they actually capped that, bro. No way, bro. That should have been GG's.
Right,
no fucking way, man.
Right now, just sweeping the floor real quick.
No.
Worried too, because at some points we saw Aramori being on that rocket.
That should have been GG's, bro.
Coming right back, but Impunity with that stun was crazy. Now leading up to this fight, though, Velocity has that God of Mischief, something that Sentinels don't really have that sustainability. Although if Franco stays alive, could boost up that fit of both worlds just as quick.
We'll have to keep our eye on that. Velocity so far the series has been phenomenal. Also the captain of the draft in terms of picking the heroes before the series. Got maybe the characters Dark Zero feels like our best, but
do the voice
comes.
like
the toughest champion to deal with today is the payload for Dark Zero. If it gets up here, 1 minute and 41 seconds. Velocity goes aggressive with that invisible boundary and the copy of his very own Invisible Woman, and it's as you said, Vicky. Maybe that got initius was too much because Crimzo goes down in the neutral. So does Nectar.
Good amount of space here bought in, and this is going to build into that win condition.
Minute and a half, chat. Minute and a half, bro.
And Sentinels will be able to come right back around, though, with some ultimates to work off of the invisible boundary. Renko already having that fate of both roles. Avery as well with that alternate extermination. Crimson with the sign of seduction, but Dark Zero have so much star potential here going into this next fight, as his extermination is going to be the first thing to open things up, and Renko's going to try to keep them alive, as Avery is looking to get a lot more aggressive, but he gets saved here by that Luna Snow ultimate. Kurova matches it here with the invisible boundary, and nobody is looking at Amazing, as he is safe in that invisible boundary for now. Has to utilize the will to stop Techie from harassing his backline.
They have no support ults though. They're gonna have to watch out for Nectar. Nectar's just gonna pop off and do all that damage for free.
Invisible boundary in the sky. Nectar trying to find something.
No way, chat.
Meanwhile, it's Impunity.
Nothing.
About first point. And second, Impunity also commits the ult onto the Emma, slams her down, and unfortunately they lose even more members of Smash.
No fucking way they're actually bringing this back, bro. There is no way they're actually bringing this back. Wait, the portal, chat, the portal.
Techie goes down, sure, but the team is here. They can maybe
you gotta help the supports, bro. Gotta help the supports. Oh my god, they fucking capped, bro. This game should have been over like 3 minutes ago.
Right there, coming out of the portal, just trying to harass.
Yo, this is hype, bro. This is hype. This is hype. I'm about to scream without the S. If you guys know, you know, if you know, you know, bro.
Seconds left to go, Vicky, and Sentinels have basically nothing too. So they switch.
Wait, are they switching?
This is something we've seen other teams do.
Oh, they're switching. They're getting off the Hulk in the more.
Kurova falls so low, but lives with their life.
To the reclaim here on the payload too, as you can see Nectar making that swap up over to the Phoenix. Mash is gonna have to keep their eye on that with the extermination ready to go. Reclaiming the point is gonna be the first thing to start things off for this fight now, as Velocity also has that reset opportunity too.
Oh shit, chat. Oh shit, chat. Oh shit, chat. If they don't use any ults here, it's gonna be good. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sentinels almost has 5 ults.
Here as Smash, they're holding forward. They're getting the follow-ups off of that side.
Oh shit, Chad. This is scary though. This is scary. Look how many old Sentinels has coming up.
This is kind of the future of the game. You know, make them get used to certain play styles.
They have to go fast. They have to go fast. Try to force something out early.
Supernova, Spawn Cam trying to come through. Nice freeze though from the side of Renko. Aramori, invisible boundary to stay on that objective. Also in the sky is Avery, trying to keep his Venom alive, who's trying to stall it out. Somebody has to anchor.
Oh my god, bro. There's no way. There's no way.
The Ensong Inferno does not connect with the ground. It gets eliminated in the sky, but we're at least committing the Luna Snow ultimate alongside Crimzo with that sonic deduction. Nothing found just yet though.
Smash almost has his ult, chat. Smash almost has his ult, but Techie on Sentinels almost has his.
Dodge back and forth. Impunity trying to make sure that their presence is found.
Oh, Madara almost has another ult.
Here with the face of the piece of the best on the cart. Does it find anything? No.
They're trading. They're trading. Wait, why is Smash so far in there?
Smash needs to play for the life. Has switch sides of the map. Nectar again.
Wait.
Amazing falls. It's Scrappy.
Bro, everyone's trading. I don't know who's winning. Wait, the guy's 1 HP. If he gets the kill, he caps. Oh my god. They fucking won.
They win it out.
How did they win that, bro? What the fuck? There is no way. There is no fucking way they won that. How the fuck?
What a series between these two teams. You know, I
had zero faith.
It was going to be a good one.
I had zero faith.
It was going to be
zero. Ever since that back cap, I thought their mental was gone, chat. I thought their mental was gone. Amazing. 43-9, 20 final hits, bro. Holy shit. What a
we have some fantastic
game.
games in the group stages right now between Dark Zero and Sentinels.
Dude, This is why we keep seeing Venom in jail as well.
Holy shit,
too,
bro. What the fuck?
And Impunity just turned that fight around so hard. Smash was
Impunity was the only one on cart, and the other people were both 1 HP and all. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Blasting in your face at
oh my god.
Nectar. This was an insane game to watch.
Yeah, Impunity 100%. You know, statistically,
I'm not gonna lie.
Statistics, you definitely goes to Rye.
I'm not gonna lie, Chad. We just experienced together.
Yeah, the can't be understated from Impunity.
One of the best games of Marvel Rivals I've ever seen in my life.
Narratively, potentially, you know how there's other hero shooters.
That was probably one of the best Marvel Rivals games I've ever seen in my life.
This game, it very well could have been a DZ in the future. You know, that's something you need to prevent. You don't want to be known for a.
I feel like Sentinels probably should have won this map, but that is crazy.
Sorry, that's mean. Sorry, Necros. But yeah, Rymazing on with the Tridents has been beautiful. And then switching back to the Torch yet again on that third phase.
That is crazy.
Oh, the sending out the sounding of the 7th trumpet with the Namor ultimate too, getting 2 KOs at some points, opening up a lot of space. Actually combating that of the Jeff ultimate from getting any impact once he swallowed up those strategists. 43 KOs for Rymazing, only going down 9 times there. You know they're upset after what happened for that second checkpoint, but they went forward and they were able to reset mentally too, going in for that attack.
Well, we will be entering the realm of the Sentinels once again, probably, Vicky, as well. No, it's going to happen. We're going to Domination again. That's the first map and the only map Sentinels won so far. And, yeah, I mean, you pointed out earlier how Sentinels on these Convoy and Convergence maps, it seems to be a problem for them at the current moment.
Yeah, I'm wondering here if Domination's gonna do them that justice, considering that Dark Zero are currently now 2-3 on Domination here, whereas Sentinels having a 4-0 success rate. It's gonna be interesting.
Hey, another cat's here. Come here, baby.
To go to distance anyways here, Dogman. I wouldn't have it any other way.
You wanna come here anymore?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is a banger. If you are missing it, you are crazy because, you know, if you've been watching or paying attention at all to Rivals Esports, this is a matchup that not only has, you know, feuds in it, has revenge potentially on the table, on the docket, but we'll find out more as Dark Zero are on map point. We're going to enter map number 4 after this break.
God damn, chat. Hold up. We have 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes. I want to see something. Look at this fight. Look at this fight, chat. Look at this fight.
But at least we're committing the...
Look at this fight. Everyone was dying. Everyone was literally trading. They were going 1 for 1. This is the beginning of the fight.
So with that sonic deduction, nothing found just yet though. Everybody stunned up on the backside of Dark Zero.
He gets frozen. I think he...
Invisible Woman trying to dodge back and forth. Impunity trying to make sure that their presence is felt. Here comes Torch right 2 on the flank. Perfect timing. But that...
Okay. Okay, see, Nectar killed 1. Impunity got 1. Nectar got 1. Smash got 1. 4v4. Impunity got 1, but Nectar got 1. 3v3. Crimzo got 1. Nectar is about to die. Look, these are the only 2 people on point. Nectar is 1. Crimzo is 1. I'm pretty sure these 2 people just spawned.
And Nectar trying to stay alive in melee mode does something.
Oh, the Invis woman was right in front of them at 1.50 meters. The Jeff is right there.
1v1.
Oh, but Karova! Oh, he got through the portal! He got through the portal, got back, pushed the Invis woman off, forced the C9. Oh my. You didn't see that? No, I'm 30 years old. My eyes are gone, bro. Shit, sorry, my bad.
Pushes off, the Jeff is here, but Dark Zero, they win it out. It's 2-1 now, Dark Zero.
Give the crown to Impunity right now. Give it.
That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. I take offense to that. I turned 30 and have eyes like a hawk. Hey. Not for me. I'm old. Listen, I'm the Unk. I'm the Unk of Marvel Rivals. When you say Unk of Marvel Rivals, everyone knows who you're talking about. Whoo! Okay, chat, we're on the next map. We're on the next map. Hey, baby. Oh, look. Can you guys see him?
Welcome back, everybody. We have the series between
He's the
Void
Void.
Going on in
It's
this
the
lower bracket
Void.
finals of the group stage in
It's the
stage 2
Void.
of the Ignite series.
It's a little Void.
Vicky, that was an
He's watching the games with us.
Game, and luckily for Dark Zero, we're not going to
Yo,
remember
it's
it for maybe a reason that they would definitely
It's Saku?
not
Is that
want.
your name? I appreciate the massive Prime sub. Welcome, welcome.
We'll have some replays to show you guys later on after we had just rewatched that ourselves.
I can hear
but
my husband in the
they
other
take
room
it-
when
they take
his
it
friends
despite
are
what
trash
had gone
talking. Wait,
down
what?
there. They came through. Impunity came through. Right?
Oh,
Amazing with the
hearing.
swap-ups too, whether it be the
I was about to say.
Namor or
I was
the
like, what,
Torch
what?
composition that rode out there, and they take Spider Islands, leaving them in
I would
the
say
lead
my hearing's
2-1
pretty good,
currently
too.
versus Sentinels.
My hearing's-
But now we move on to
You definitely
domination, as you have
in
Don
video
Man.
games
That's
as well.
where
You want to like
Game
listen
Force
to
always
what's
gonna
going
reset
on.
us to,
That's why I
as
never
we
listen
reset the
to.
game
That's why I
modes
never
now.
listen to
And
what do you
if
call it?
look at
Music
the
while I'm
stats
gaming.
Here, Sentinels have a heavy advantage.
Yeah, we
on
have
domination
three
matchup versus
cats.
Dark Zero, where they're down
We have
2-3,
Boba,
whereas Sentinels are up 4-0.
Who's my baby?
Yeah, that's a great
He's
point.
6
I'm
months. We
curious to see if
rescued him
Dark Zero
when he
can
was 2
rebound,
months
right?
old.
That's kind of been the take of the series. It's both of these
We
teams
have
are needing to improve, right? Or
Noodle
have
that you just
going
saw. That
into
was the
this, right? They
Bengal,
both
and now we have Sushi. Sushi
glaring
is
weaknesses in this case for Dark Zero. They kind of
the cat you guys
sometimes
never
struggle
see
going
because
for
she's
those
always
full
like
dive domination, like you
she's kind of
said.
scared.
You know, kind of getting that sort of team synergy on pace and then for Sentinels dealing with Torch has been a big problem. Let's take back a look at the highlights of that map, Vicky, and you know, some might call this lowlights at points, but for Dark Zero, they capped out the map in close fashion with Impunity, and Sentinels, they're now on map point, or at least Dark Zero on map point.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And don't let this fool you, right? It is best of 5 here, but it's
No,
little
Sushi's
clips
like
here that you
6,
could
5
probably
5
put
years, 5
on
years,
your
6 years old.
fridges and enjoy it yourself if you could do that with clips. But if you get to look back on it and see what happened on the point, you and I were here left wondering, like, usually it makes a noise too when it does flip, and I'm wondering, like, did I miss out on the noise here? I just heard a little bit of meterage where it starts ticking away. Look at that. No! No!
Damn, that was the back cat. That was the back cat, bro.
Oh,
Look at
he
it.
was like, I want in. I want the
I'm
KOs.
glad
I
they
want the
show you
KOs
this.
so
I'm
bad.
I'm
See
so
everyone
glad
have
they
a
show
fucking
you this
face.
replay. Look at everyone, bro. Look at everyone.
not in 4K.
No one is
Yeah,
even
that's not in 4K.
remotely close to the point.
Literally look at the observers going back at it. He's like, hello? Anybody in the car? Hello? Even our observers recognize it. Guys, bad news. Bad freaking news. Kuroma tried last second, too. Kuroma's like, guys, the car. Oh, no. Oh, my God. The comms must have been so chaotic.
Yeah,
I would do anything
Sentinels.
for that VOD. To listen.
Well,
how they
I mean,
reacted,
Sentinels
you know,
can't.
that would be beautiful.
Sentinels can't
But
even
you know
get
what? I don't-
tilted,
I
bro.
don't fully- as we were
Because
covering
they
over
literally
here
got a
for
free back
that,
cap.
I
If
wonder maybe people missed the cart because,
Dark
you know,
Zero
he used to be
lost,
a,
they should have been the ones tilted.
professional, if you didn't know. And, you know, maybe he's used to the top-down perspective, right? He's used to
No.
having all the information given to him.
God
So,
damn it,
you
man.
know, being in
You
the third
fucking
person
backcapped.
sort of like cone view, right? You know, I mean, there's no excuse. You got to touch the payload.
He's ready for Daredevil.
He's
ready.
ready
God
for
fucking damn it, bro.
He's ready.
Honestly, though, I feel like this is all something to take away from. Like, despite that happening, like the fact that Dark Zero, like, just honestly, they would destroy me in any case or day. But it's the fact that Dark Zero was able to just reflect and reset.
Okay, chat. Next game,
is
Hell's
another level of professional
Heaven.
player that you
See
have
this.
to focus on, because again, at the end of the day, they can still win this. It doesn't matter. They go next. They did end up winning. And now we go on to game number 4, back on domination,
Wait.
where we actually did see Dark Zero go back and forth against Sentinels a few times here, where Sentinels looked a lot stronger. in
Okay,
that
yeah,
second
yeah,
round
yeah.
here.
The
But
last
it's
the
gonna be
last time
Hell's
these
Heaven this
the
time
map
around. It's not gonna
won
be
when we last time played
Prequel
Koth,
episode.
it was a really fucking good
today.
game. Like both games went 99. All of them 3 matches went 99-99.
Series, no ban store at this time. Everybody focusing on the Mantis.
Would you ever
Some
recommend a
series
gaming
have been
laptop?
DVA,
Oh
but
no,
not this
I would
one.
never. No.
Yeah, C9s are, I guess, well, it would have been a DZ if they lost the map, but fortunately they didn't. Usually you don't have a name for something until it happens multiple times, right? Like, it's not fair. Even though that was the craziest one I think we've seen in pro play and ever.
I think so too.
But regardless, they won, right? So if you win, it doesn't. It kind of. And I think it'd be
It's
unfair.
like PEMDAS. It cancels out. It cancels out.
Exactly. Remember the last shot, the one that wins it, not the you know, pretty brutal moments. Although, you know, I made a couple $1,000s off of a C9 at one point, which is great.
Oh, shit.
Whoa,
Big fan of
whoa,
them.
weird
Big fan of
flex,
them.
bro.
The shock when they I had my boy Erster push them off the car. It was good times. Made another 20K or something.
Lessons.
Yeah.
And we get to see the ban phase now coming forward for this potential last game. If
weird flex, man.
Ending up, oh yeah, they did. They finally been out the torch.
Oh, give me 2 seconds.
It took a while, honestly.
Oh, they finally banned out the human torch. Finally, Sentinels start. No.
Best of 3. But finally, now, they ban out the torch and they ban out the Jeff here too. So they focus majority once again on the strategist. But the torch being that last ban, while the saves still look the same for both sides between Invisible and Ultron.
Yeah, let's see if that's enough, right? That's the biggest point we mentioned and that you mentioned. I mean, Sentinels have a new coach, right? They've picked up McGravy. They picked up Avery as a leader of the team alongside Renko, a very experienced player.
You think
so it's not just Crimson making these decisions anymore in the ban phase. And, you know, it could very well be like a two.
How do I explain? You think a player that was on the previous team and you know his hero pool, you guys literally played on the same team, you know what he's good at. You would ban that human torch.
Across regions.
Jay, why aren't you playing this? Because I got banned from pro play. They said I was too good, and I would make the tournament really unfair because I'd be winning all the games.
That they're trying to lean into just in case the majority of other main strategists are banned out, right? In case it's the Luna, in this case, you want to lean into the Invisible Woman. And what's crazy is that usually when you see that Invisible Woman save first, that's why you saw Sentinels ban out the torch, right? Because
yeah, Jeremiah, they're still getting paid. Yes,
Woman and Torch team up.
They're still getting paid. The top, I think, 16 teams actually get paid.
The ban onto the torch on the other side, though, now Sentinels can't rock that either. They haven't really been able to as well. So no team up with the Invisible Woman for either side here.
I think the top 16 teams get paid.
It's going to be a big play for sure as Sentinels portal. They're going to go for a kidnap play again. Looks like everybody's mobile characters. Did they try to change it up? Madara does. They just go over the top side and drop down.
Okay, chat, let's see this. Can Dark Zero win this and put the game in the bag? Or can Sentinels bring us to a match 5? Chat, if we get to a match 5, if Sentinels wins this and we go to a match 5, cinema. Cinema.
Pot shots from Smash there. But Nectar farming up that ultimate quickly, has the pocket as well as the BRB if he does go down, so they can play aggressive. And Techi's doing so, but wait, maybe he's out of range of that BRB too, because you have to be within a certain range. Yeah, Techi's not going to get brought back. However, Crimzo will be, and that means that they're missing their Vanguard, one of their Vanguards, the Venom in this fight.
Trying to disrupt the piece and try to split more of that attention, so this is going to allow Dark Zero just to walk in and retake this point first. As now Sentinels regroup together, they will have Avery with that extermination. It's going to be the first thing to be opening up this fight. Smash is going to try to match up, but Kurova going down is so important with the invisible boundary not available here. And now Renko having the ability to utilize the Jeff. The whale comes out right on time. Talk about by a pixel.
Again, Nectar.
Sorry, shit. What did I miss, chat? Fuck, did I miss a good ult?
It looks like it is, so as good of a play as that was from Rai.
I was looking at my emails. I got copyright striked because the Luna Snow song. Again.
Maybe they could have tried to clutch it up, but regardless.
Sorry.
This is an incredible series as the stagger of the Bruce comes through. Rest in peace. He's put in jail today, not ban jail this time, though. And you see incredible focus from
YouTube. Come on, guys.
And there's a reason why. There's a reason why we
the break song. The break song. I got copyright strike by Disney. Since Disney, you know. That's fun.
In the previous game before that, but it's the focus on these Jeffs here as now Sentinels getting to position with Techie having the reset opportunity. Crimzo having that Sonic Seduction too, but Kurova's got the survivability as the choke slam comes out to shut down Techie. There is no way he can pop that piece of the abyss as he gets finished off by Smash and the invisible boundary.
Yeah, the full YouTube stream gets demonetized, but it's pretty cool. YouTube has a feature that you could click and basically it mutes the whole part where the song was in. But it takes like a few days, so you lose like, you know, you lose like 5 days of revenue, which are, and it's the most important ones because it's like fresh. Unfortunate.
For something maybe even better, but now the Venom with the piece of the best trying to stall it out, gets the drone. Right, the healing is there from his team, but the point flip for Dark Zero regardless, and they slowly walked back.
No, they still play it, Shadow.
Even to reclaim the point, getting extra progress now too. Look at the economy that they're working off of, right? 5 ultimates online here for favor for them, but I'm looking at Renko right now with that Jeff ultimate that's slowly coming online. He probably wants to wait for Korova to have that invisible boundary to have everybody grouped up together, but it's gonna be
It's fine, Chad. It's fine. It's fine.
And the dance off of the fate of both worlds from Velocity. Right, Amazing can get into position to just utilize that will to use it against Renko specifically as he's caught Aramori.
Shannon, appreciate massive 53 months.
That's a big ult out of the fight. What's going to counter these Jeffs, right? Or at least in the side of Renko. It's that whale yet again. We've seen whale greater than shark time and time again.
I love ulting sharks when I'm Namor. When a shark eats my team and I Namor ult perfectly, it's such a great feeling. Killing that fucking shark makes me happy. Wait, Nectar?
So they trade Vanguards. Sentinels actually take the point with that, though. They're using the rocket ult, using the Sea later alongside that Guardian. I mean, that's enough for them to take the point. Dark
okay,
Zero,
let's see this.
It's fine though. Dark Zero gets to peel away here, trying to protect the Strategist backline while still punishing Techie at the same time. While Crimzo getting stunned here with Impunity jumping right back at the hands of the team. Dark Zero and Amazing still holding on to that whale to look at when Renko decides to use it. And with the invisible boundary coming up, this may be the green light as A-Free utilizes that extermination. Renko goes down, won't even have the opportunity to press the button. So now Amazing gets to save the whale. Renko gets taken out.
Sentinels is in trouble, chat. Sentinels is in trouble.
On the point to stall it out, but Corval's here, like you mentioned, in the sky. Everybody's healthy, but Rye holding on to that whale. Eventually, I mean, he's been saving it the whole time. The Jeff on the high ground, understanding the whale's going to be used for him. Techie gets taken out by Smash and Rez, though, so Renko finally learned not dying to that whale this time, but Avery goes down to Velocity, and I think that means he's not going to be in time for that portal.
They have to stay on.
The Game of Squid takes down Nectar 2 on the backside. I mean, Ryan's doing so much this map. Madara on to Techie. Sure, you got rid of Torch, but
oh,
I mean, right now,
wait. Did they push Crimzo off?
And Hulk.
They're trying to turn that score around for this type of game mode, right? On domination, they're tired of it. They want to try to even things
game's
out.
not over, yo. The game's not over. You know why? Because the very first game, Dark Zero won the first Koth map, and then Sentinels won the next two. So, technically speaking, this is going exactly how the script says.
And then punish Techie whenever he thinks he has an opportunity to dive in.
Phenomenal work out of Dark Zero. We'll see if they can close out on Sentinels in round number 2. We're headed to the Eldritch Monument.
Also, yeah, look at that.
With that, also ultimates on their table, on their board. I mean, last time we saw this, it was a complete disengagement.
Come on, Walt Disney.
On this map, Vicky,
Rivals
like
till the end?
Way more
Come on, Walt Disney, bro.
Play slow and take cover.
Come on!
Open, I would say, for this ultimate combination of Sentinels, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I was gonna say, I'm happy that Techie is swapping, although, yeah, you do have a lot more space. You have the pillars too, right? So you can try to mix up your landing, try to get some dive resets too.
Yeah.
But the same thing could be said for like the Ultrons. They could utilize these pillars just to be able to get out of line of sight of the opposite team. And this could also benefit Nectar, right? Amazing could set up with these squids here over to the side, split more attention as Crimzo's trying to take the lead. And Aramori,
Can you imagine that? Chat, tomorrow I won't be streaming. You know why? The police are going to be at my house. The Walt Disney police. Hello, come in.
Brings them back.
You're getting arrested.
At least that rocket ult gets deleted into the sky, though. Nectar's going. But it's into a strat ult. Meanwhile, on the backside, Impunity slams down Crimzo.
Your YouTube channel belongs to me. Get fucked.
No BRB to bring back Crimzo in this fight. And Rye again closes out, puts his stamp on things with the elimination of Renko.
It's the slow turnaround from Nectar to look at his team getting slammed onto the ground by Impunity being in the whole form and then having to just do nothing about it because he's got that legendary activated, wants to clear space. Even better look as Dark Zero, once again with Amazing being on this Namor, is a problem that is not getting focused.
I was going to say, I felt like Nectar, I think, throughout the series has felt maybe the Star-Lord stuff isn't really panning out for them.
No, Nectar has been popping off in the Star-Lord. The past, like this map in the last half of the last match, it's been struggling, though. The last, like, he's had, like, 3 ults that haven't done anything. Oh, Techie, the LeBron James!
Techie, nice pick on a Velocity. He's removing a huge player in that Loki out of the fight.
Oh, I was looking for Kuro's positioning right there too. Amazing now looking at these swaps, still has a squid set up and still harassing Techie. He sends out the whale after the Magneto bubble was called.
Yeah, he's
in.
wow,
And
okay.
the Invisible Woman ultimate, Amazing walks up, takes out another member, Avery, off the table, so he won't even get that Bucky reset here too. And Madara, the way that Dark Zero is cycling through his ultimates in the next fight, Velocity will have that God of Mischief, and Impunity still has a reset opportunity.
Nectar has been carrying. Wait. Amazing has been playing like they owe him money. Yeah, apparently he's been playing like Walt Disney. And the Sentinels are me. Apparently.
Avery finds the pick and keeps Sentinels alive in the series, because if they were to lose it here and now, it could be over.
Ooh! Ooh, get it, Avery, get it! Get it, Avery, get it! Ooh! Ooh, get it, Avery, get it!
You know, is it too
Ooh!
We'll find out as
looking like me out there on the Bucky chat, right? Can I get a true?
These ultimates properly? I don't think so. This is a
Please?
beautiful counter swap that we're seeing.
It'll make me feel good. Please, chat.
Just as easily here.
Please.
Being on Loki allows for the reset to come out from Avery even easier. Being on that Bucky.
You guys are assholes,
so
bro.
That's something they have to consider with Velocity, at least having that God of Mischief to start things off.
You guys just don't want me to be happy. I got copyright striked. I lost my YouTube channel. All my Twitch revenue goes to a mouse, and you guys can't even make me happy.
The copy from Velocity
Fucked up, chat.
Eternal Bond. Also, their Terra Cape. You use Amazing's invulnerability, but also nobody's left with anything, so they have to give up the point. You don't have straddle.
That's so bad for Sentinels. What are they? Oh, chat, GG's. GG's. Dark Zero actually fucking won.
Are losing everybody. Dark Zero.
They 3-1 Sentinels.
Versus their Nemesis. As they took down Nemesis before, they take down Sentinels now. Dark Zero and
oh my god. What a series, bro. What a series. I don't...
In a 3-1 fashion versus Sentinels. That last fight, they knew when they walked in, they had the impact. They
what a series, bro. Hey, you know what that means?
That was literally the
something that's more important than this actual match. When I twerk for a team, they are undefeated. I am not even trolling. I wish I was joking. I am 7 for 7. If I twerk for a team, they win. 4 times for Sentinels last stage, 3 times for Dark Zero. Oh my god.
In Dark Zero, a brand new matchup, which is always awesome, right? I mean, over on the opposite side, we have FlyQuest and Envy again. That's a rematch, and that's exciting. But also, a new challenger approaches the 100 Thieves team that is stuck together for millennia.
Yeah,
wait, oh my god, I just remembered.
Very interested to see because
$4.2 million on Sentinels, 2.7 on Dark Zero, 39% of, oh my god, the biggest gamble of history.
That best of 5 situation going out.
And I wonder, you know, looking back at the board, I mean, I imagine it's obviously tough. Right,
who could pay?
Hey,
all I'm gonna say, I'll gift.
At least Sentinels gets to go back. Right,
if someone on Sentinels gives me 100 subs, I'll give you all the channel points right now. Hey, I'm rigging this shit.
They get the 3rd seed.
Can I hear some gifted subs? No, okay. No, Dark Zero takes it.
Oh my god, FlyQuest. So you know, gonna be kind of a tough matchup probably for them, regardless of the result of that grand final tomorrow. But damn, what a series
Velocity.
that was, Vicky. It was a pleasure to watch it with you because, I mean, I am sure all our viewers in the same boat. That was a super fun one between these two teams and Velocities. Like you mentioned, he's our MVP.
Gonna see who Sentinels will be facing off against once we get that seeding figured out here. Velocity coming away with 16 KOs. We talk about having that Loki and how dangerous it could be against a Bucky, but that was a last-minute swap from the Bucky from that second to last fight, rather that previous round. But then
he doesn't get on my
able to get the Eternal Bond, start off that final fight.
He's a teenager,
Velocity made those swap-ups here, and he was looking great too, right? He had like over 6 final hits there on the Loki, still putting in the majority of the healing too with that.
Wait, Chad, does that mean Dark Zero against 100 Thieves?
Like his positioning over on Spider Islands, maybe reworking that with the way that he was able to position.
This was such a great match.
Yeah, there was so much done by him. He's definitely one of the best players in the game, strategist-wise. And I think that's going to be something we see moving forward. We talked about it at the very beginning. It's the Jeff play. It's the strategist play. I mean, across the board, it does feel like the strats
I didn't even say anything.
Dictating the game at the current moment. Some of these top-tier players can really change things, and that was kind of at least my biggest thing when I watched the games last night. And in preparation for today, it was like, yeah, I mean, all these really good strategist players, Vicky, seem to kind of keep their team alive and then force the other team to play differently, right? Like, it feels like Dreamland was in that boat. Rad today had a really hard backline to go against. So I don't know about you. It feels like the backlines, the strategist players have been a mainstay and been the focal point of this Ignite series.
I agree. You have to talk about survivability, and Kurova did just that too at the very end, between the mix of the Invisible Woman, even the Cloak and Dagger at the very end, which we saw Velocity copy off of, and it's
that's such a great series, chat. That is crazy, bro.
Really looking up to form there, whereas
what a game! Listen, Sentinels might have lost 3-1, but that was such a great series, bro.
Yeah, you can see the cracks.
That could have went either way, bro. That could have went either way.
And 100 Thieves, meanwhile, are going to be in that grand finals for their group against Dark Zero to fight for that first place spot. And we talked about how if we think, you know, Group A, for example, is a group of death, or if you think Group B is a group of death, if you were on that camp too, I mean, you have to win this grand finals, right? You have to make sure you stamp your victory, because otherwise, you know, you're going to have a tough opponent, especially if, you know, Dreamland's good, if Rad's actually really good, or from the opposite side, I mean, you're against Nemesis. There's no easy teams left in North America.
Dude, these two series that we're gonna have with 100 Thieves versus Dark Zero and FlyQuest versus Envy, this is like peak cinema. We are literally getting peak Marvel Rivals Ignite action. This is gonna be such a banger. I cannot wait to see
tomorrow's games. You have to show up. Tomorrow, if you want to watch NA, it's gonna be 7 p.m. again. We're gonna watch the top 4 NA teams.
Of Jay3, of Necros, of all those guys, of Space, I believe, is watching. We got a lot of awesome gamers. Sorry if I didn't shout you out, but all of our co-streamers are awesome.
I got name dropped. Hey, thank you, Dogman. Chat, W Dogman. So yeah, 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. PST. And also, we're going to be watching the...
I mean, it's going to be a banger regardless.
We're going to be watching...
grand finals back to back, and then that sets up next week, which is our playoffs.
We're going to be watching the EMEA tomorrow as well.
I want to talk to somebody here from Dark Zero, man. I want to pick their brains and see how they're feeling about now looking at
Drizzle, please not surprise up. Velocity, yo!
Especially since 100 Thieves look mortal, right? Yes, they've been...
Wait, you got MVP last game.
But there's cracks too over there. And kind of talking to Tara yesterday alone. Tara, by the way, so like
I'm too smart, by the way. No. You're welcome. I am 7 for 7. When I twerk for a team, they win.
And even giving
7 for 7.
Both teams being as strong as they are, he thought it was going to go the distance. We did too. Although it did end in that 3-1 fashion, it's looking like the high-level talent in the Americas region.
They have no ults. Go Cloak. I copy. Go
after the roster swaps.
I wish I could listen to the comms, bro. I wish I could listen to the comms.
I mean, I think that, you know, over here, it does seem like there's not as much of that, like, wholesome, everybody praising each other type thing. But EMEA, it feels like after every team that gets eliminated,
you guys have to watch your second match from my...
They didn't go to Atlanta.
I don't know if you guys, like, watch all this year. Bro.
And listen, I agree.
Oh, my God.
You know, it's funny because over here, everybody just hates
shit.
each other.
Thank you for your majestic ass. Wait, what? What did you just say, Jack?
Yeah, screw those guys. They suck. They're actually complete cheeks, and they are the worst.
Wait, I just heard Dogman say cheeks. Wait,
definitely good. It's just more so. I mean, not everybody's praising each other, Vicky, over here is what I'm trying to say. Everybody has egos, and, you know, it's awesome. I think it makes for exciting matches.
That was such a great series, bro. Both teams. That was such a great series. That was probably my favorite out of all the matches I've watched the past 3 weeks.
From this team of Dark Zero transitioning over to the dark side with that jersey.
Oh, chat. Okay, let's listen.
Rather, in this case. What's up, Rye? How's it going?
Rye amazing popped off.
How you feeling, bro?
Hey, I feel good. I mean, it was a hell of a game. It was a good series. Yeah, I'm just happy that I feel like I made the right decision, I guess, by leaving. So, bit of a grudge match, I guess.
Drama!
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, I gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with me too, because we've known each other for a while. So, you know, I gotta keep it PR, hopefully. In your case, you know, like you said, it was a bit of a grudge match, but also with this new team, you guys are looking good and looking like a lot more.
That sent chills down my spine.
Over this past week, it seemed like you guys are still trying to gel. Is that kind of true, or are you guys sort of still figuring each other out and stuff like that, even in the draft phase, maybe?
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think we had like some flukes against Nemesis, and I think we're still kind of like learning. And I think this team needs still a little more time in officials. It's getting a little chaotic in the comms for sure, but no, we're definitely a strong team, I think. And we
wait. I need to know. What were the comms like when you guys C9'd? I thought you guys were going to lose.
Do you guys think you're going to have enough time to figure that out against 100 Thieves for tomorrow here? Considering we talked to Tara yesterday, and they were looking forward to the Series 2 to see how this was going to play out here. But 100 Thieves kind of being one of those teams where, although they've been winning, they've still been dropping games. Do you guys feel like you're going to be in full form for that series?
I think we could definitely beat them. I don't remember the last time I lost 100 Thieves, to be honest. I think it's been
where's TTK's dad at?
But you know, it's a new
team,
TTK's
dad, you just gonna take
have some stuff to work out still, and
there's drama.
Oh, absolutely.
TTK's dad still in my chat.
It is interesting that you guys haven't had to play against them because, like you said, you had to go against Nemesis again. And I think that's like I don't know, like last week it was definitely like apparent that you guys were still kind of gelling. This week you look very good. What kind of changed, I guess, in your guys' like comm structure or maybe just comps? Like, why do you guys look a lot better this week rather than last week?
Amazing is supposed to be such a nice kid, bro. What happened? What did you guys do to my boy?
I think we figured out a lot with the draft. I think like our first match against Nemesis, we just kind of let them have Mantis both games. I think that was like a big flaw. But I think we also just kind of needed a little bit more time in these official matches. I think we're kind of all nervous that first match, and but we've kind of worked out the antics. I think we're looking good now.
Yeah, fair.
Now, I like your mentality here. I have to ask too, how were the vibes when you guys were going to play off against Sentinels and Korova kept getting those Jeff eats? I just need to know. Like,
Korova, you popped off on Jeff, bro. Yo, Fate, you taking notes? I know Fate. I know Fate's still here.
Excited. Obviously, it's it's a fun match. I mean, Sentinels, they played their best and it wasn't good enough. And
I love stirring the pot. I'm sorry.
In all seriousness, no hate to them. Still my friends. Let them know.
No, you guys are good. I love talking shit. I'm just the guy on the sidelines talking shit. I love it.
Up and beat them, and I think we'll do it again tomorrow against 100 Thieves.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm sure a lot of your fans of Sentinels and your fans too like to hear there's no bad blood there. And I guess two things. We'll let you close it out, obviously, but we'll. To not leave it on a negative note, I want to mention this up first. What happened with that C9 that in the second phase of Spider Island?
Oh, they asked the same question I did.
Right? What the hell?
I don't know, man. I just heard screaming C9, the points moving. And I guess we just forgot. I was just a classic C9. We forgot the card.
Classic. Yeah. At least you guys won, so we could forget about it, right?
Yeah. Well, we won anyway, so. Yeah,
exactly, and
tragic.
That's what you guys got to post that comm. I want to hear.
I want to hear what was going on, bro. I want to know what was going on.
So maybe not. Rye, by the way, any last shout outs, any things you want to say before we let you go? Because it's our time for you to get some rest and also us to wrap up.
That's why I shout out Jay3. Every time we shout him out, we win. So I'm gonna keep the trend going. Yeah, shout out Jay3.
Oh God, he's gonna bust it down again. Thank
you. You know what that means? It's bust it down.
Appreciate you stopping by,
man. Bust it down. Bust it down.
Well, Vicky, that was an incredible series that we just had, and I mean, that's only the start, right? We're about to finish it out, but what a game.
I can't believe, like, I keep feeling like time is flying by, but like maybe for every J3 breakdown that we see throwing it back or something, like that's the games just fly by even faster. At least for Dark Zero, right? Maybe that's the power up that Dark Zero needed. You were talking about what was the difference between last week and this week. J3's dancing for them, man. So maybe
I'm not dancing. I'm dropping ass.
Instead, the IRL team up. But it's been an amazing set of games right now. I have to reiterate, I'm so excited for tomorrow's games. Those are going to be
TTK, you're in my chat now. Let's have a conversation. Oh, TTK, what are you gonna do against Dark Zero? Let's talk right now. They're here, you're here. What are you guys gonna do? I'm twerking for Dark Zero, and I'm not even trolling. I'm 7 for 7 right now. I twerked 4 times for Sentinels in their group stage. They won every single game. We twerked every game for Dark Zero. Hey, they won every single game. What are you gonna do? I didn't twerk for you guys. What you doing? I don't care about your twerking. Well, that was just kind of rude. I didn't expect you to say that. That was just fucked up. All right. Wow, that's kind of fucked up, bro. No, he cares, chat. He cares. He cares. Listen, say you care right now, or I'm texting your dad. Where's your dad? Is he here? Nah, he doesn't. You can't. Listen, I wish I was trolling, but you literally can't. You literally can't go. You can't talk shit about the statistics. 7 for 7. 7 for 7. You can't. Why are you so good at it? When I'm not streaming, how else do you think I make ends meet, bro? I drop that ass. Listen, every 12 o'clock, midnight, behind my local Wendy's, I do the 4 for 4 special. Hey, I got to make ends meet, chat. Listen, I got to do what I got to do. Listen. I gotta, wait, what do you mean he prepares his butt on the wall every time like perfect? What do you mean, bro? I don't do it perfect. Oh my God! Hold up. Let's go finish this chat.
In terms of my predictions, but that's okay. You know, we'll come back. I'll make predictions next week. You're actually gonna catch up to me. God dang it! You have a chance to catch up to me tomorrow. I'm not gonna be back to predict. Damn it.
Dude, I went 0-4 one day, okay? Let me have this.
No.
Let me have
It's not fair. It's not fair. Let's take a look at the schedule tomorrow, though, Vicky. As, you know, like you said, you and Cozy will be running us through
this. Those are going to be good games. Bro, listen.
Why should I be excited as a viewer?
I love Envy, and I love some people on FlyQuest, but that 100 Thieves versus Dark Zero, bro. That 100 Thieves versus Dark Zero game, chat.
That is going to start off the day with FlyQuest versus Envy.
Bro.
Best of 5 of the grand finals. And then the last series to close things up within the group stage B is going to be 100 Thieves for the first time facing off.
Some people on FlyQuest, what the rest do to you? Nothing. I just don't. Listen,
this last series didn't get you
I can only cheer for my friends, bro. And I only talk shit about my friends.
Like against a team like Dark Zero that have had to make adjustments over the course of the last week.
Oh,
maybe some people don't like me.
I
don't know.
Tomorrow. That'll be live, I believe, at 4 p.m.
Chat, you guys like me, right?
An hour later than usual for these end of the group stages matches. So make sure you come on by. Also, later tonight, we have the Asia region alongside. Well, actually, yeah, I think they're wrapping up, if I'm not mistaken. The same thing with the EMEA, but we still have another day of that too. So we're closing in on the end of the other regions. North America, we started late, so we have another week coming up besides tomorrow. Obviously, these other regions, I mean, it's about to be done. We're about to see the top
you play tomorrow too, right?
To a close. So make sure you're watching here on twitch.tv/Marvel Rivals. And basically the next couple hours, we're going to be live yet again with a new set of faces. In the meantime, that's going to be myself and Cozy out for now. Catch you guys in a couple hours. Or, well, I said Cozy, me and Vicky out for now. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Okay, chat, they're done. They're done. Bro, whoa, shit, no, sorry. So, oh, shit, wait, sorry. There you go, that one. Bro, tomorrow is going to be so fun, bro. We have Fate playing. We have Dark Zero against 100 Thieves. Oh, tomorrow's going to be so fucking good, bro. Tomorrow's going to be so good. Ooh. Okay, yeah, chat, by the way, we will be live tomorrow, like I said, for all of the stuff. So if you want to watch EMEA, I mean, I'm pretty sure all EU is probably sleeping right now besides Fate. If you're from EU and you're still here, the grand finals happen tomorrow for EMEA. The finals, like EMEA is done tomorrow. Also, I mean, we see the top 4 teams play tomorrow for NA as well, but their finals, their playoffs are going to be next week. So, I mean, so Thursday. Oh, shit. You guys are awake from EU still? God damn, it's like 4 a.m. for you, bro. But anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun, chat. It's going to be a lot of fun. Damn. That was a lot of fun, bro. That was a good game. I thought, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Dark Zero was losing, bro. I saw how that first fight was going on in overtime. I was like, oh shit, that's GG's. I can't believe that. That game was fun. Anyways, chat, it's going to be a lot of fun. I love you guys. I appreciate you all for being here and watching the watch party with me. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know if you guys get hyped, but I get hyped. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Tomorrow, we see if we could go 8 for 8. What do you mean old man needs to get to sleep? Bro, it's 10:30 and I've been streaming already for 14 hours. Fate is on Navi. Okay, chat. I love you guys. I appreciate you all. Fate, TTK, Karova, I don't know if he's still here. Everyone else. Hope you guys have a great night. Good luck tomorrow. Love you guys. Appreciate you all, chat. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. I love you guys. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, okay? Make sure you guys turn on your notifications so when I go live, you guys get notified. Bro, that was a good game. That was a good game. Okay, chat. I love you guys. Oh, this is awkward. I just said goodbye to you guys, but now I have to wait for my raid to go. Should have probably done this earlier. Okay, there we go. Love you guys. I'm coming.